Here's a few things that I made for my family of 6 this week as someone who likes to avoid processed food as much as possible. But as always, it's progress, not perfection around here. And it's about time that I admit defeat and acknowledge that my family don't like bananas. I had some more to use up, and this time I just made a banana syrup. It's equal parts water and sugar, and you just simmer it down with the manky bananas, mash them up a little bit, and then sieve them, and they go great in a morning coffee. Now I actually just want to keep on buying them so I can make this. I'd made some nut butter earlier on in the week with pistachio, almond and peanut and had a lot of it, so I decided to make some nut milk. I'm in my nut milk era actually. It's basically a cheats version that I'd seen Condiment Claire do. You just whack it in with some water and a date and a bit of salt, and it is so good. You just whiz it up in a blender for about 30 seconds and it's great. All you need to do is shake it before you use it because it does separate. I had drastically overordered the milk on this week's food shop, so I've been trying to find out ways to use it. So I whipped up some ricotta, as you do. Don't worry, I'm not completely ridiculous. I had all the stuff left over from a mozzarella phase I went through last year. It's really easy though. You just heat up the milk, add the citric acid and the rennet, and then just separate the curds from the whey, and there you have it. You can make really great pasta with ricotta. So I just squeezed out all the remaining liquid that was in there, just to get rid of the excess fluid, and then added an egg, some semolina flour. You need quite a lot of semolina flour, and just kneaded it all together for about 5 minutes until it comes together in a nice ball shape like this. I halved the dough because I wanted to make two different shapes, and I just rolled one side out into a sausage and then made it into little kind of cubes. I guess it's a bit like cavatelli, but different shape. I'm not a pasta expert, so please tell me if I'm wrong. And with the other half, I just made some tagliatelle, I guess. And honestly, don't look closely if you are an expert, because I am an amateur at best. But it is actually really simple, and it's really enjoyable, so give it a go if you haven't already. I make a batch of rolls every week for my son's lunches, and this week I just did a kind of Italian herb type roll, and they're really, really easy. I just did a cold proof overnight as well, a few rounds of stretch and folds, then into the fridge overnight, and it makes them really soft and fluffy. I just separated them out into as many as I wanted and then just gave them a little gentle roll. Precision in terms of shaping is not for me. I don't care if some are big, some are small. That's what makes them look rustic. I just let them prove again for around 45 minutes, added some cheese and baked them, and they are divine. I had some apples and mulled wine jam that needed using up as well, so I bashed together a cake. Lining tins is not my forte. I absolutely hate it, but it turned out really, really nicely, and I gave half to my neighbours. My husband absolutely loves Scotch eggs, so I was hell-bent on making some. I've got to be honest, I'd forgotten how tricky they are to make. I just boiled my eggs for around 5 minutes, 45 seconds to get a really, really jammy yolk. They were absolutely delicious, but quite a lot of hassle. And a little tip with your sourdough: if you're leaving it on the counter for an overnight proof, if you leave a couple of cool blocks next to it, then it'll keep it nice and chilly and you won't come down to an overproof mess in the morning. Thanks so much for watching. Any recipes you'd like, let me know.